Welcome to another episode of Fredrico's Kitchen. It's been about a minute before you probably seen a new show, but we're back again and happy to be back on the air. And you know how I like to always tell stories, and sometimes they center around food. So I just want to tell you like a brief story. I ran into a friend of mine who I hadn't seen for about 5 years. And so he was down one day and I was talking to him. I was like, come on, let's go out. Let's have a good time. I'll take you out. He didn't really want to go out. So I ended up taking him out. We had a good time. He met a young lady. We went back to her place after we had been out. I cooked everybody breakfast, this whole big crowd, and they're still together today. How about that? So I just wanted to share that with you. So our recipes tonight are going to be a taco salad. We're going to take like some beef, and we're going to kind of cut it up. We're going to season it, and we're going to get it going on our hot grill that we already have going. And what we're doing is we're going to make the taco shells to put the tacos in. So we're going to start with a flour tortilla, and we're just going to let that sizzle, let that fry a little bit. And this is what they look like when they come out. How about that? They're very easy to make. It takes you a couple minutes. So what we do is we got the grill going. We're going to season our beef while we got the grill hot. We're going to throw that on, let it cook, and we're going to get that going. So I've already added a little pepper to it. Going to throw it in a bag, and we're going to add some chili powder and some steak seasoning to give it like a little flavor. And we're going to mix that around a little bit. Dump that chili powder in. Get rid of that. Put in that steak seasoning. I know that looks a little weird, but you're going to love the way that this comes out. It's going to be really good. And hopefully we're going to finish everything tonight because we got a lot of cooking to do. It's not like some cooking shows where, they just show you a little bit. We try to get some recipes done, and we try to, really put our foot in it, so to speak, as they used to say in the South. So we got that right there. And we're just gonna put it on our grill and let it cook a little bit. Shouldn't take too long. It doesn't seem like our grill is hot, but that's okay. We're gonna turn it up a little bit, get it going. There we go. That'll get going pretty quickly. I'll throw it all on. And you'll be surprised at how great this is going to taste once we put it together. And what we're going to do is we're going to take for that taco salad, we're going to have some lettuce in our bowl. We're going to add some pepper, red pepper. There we go. Now it's cooking. I can hear it sizzling. We're going to add some red pepper to it to add a little dimension of flavor to that. And that looks like a lot of meat. But we got some really hungry people in the studio who love to eat. So, and what we do is we just take that out, drain it a little bit, and you can see how nicely those bowls come out. And this will be a great meal that you can do for like a football game or a basketball game or any other kind of thing you want to do. Keep having a little power surge here tonight. So we're going to get that one going. And then we're going to start on our next recipe in a couple minutes because we want to keep everything going so that we can get finished with everything. And as you can see, it only takes a couple minutes for that taco shell to get very hot. And then you're just going to build your taco salad from there and kind of add what you want to, some red pepper, some tomato, whatever you got around the house. Or if you just want to do it without meat, then you can just go vegetarian like some people like to do. I'm not one of those people. Very carnivorous, so a big chunk of meat would be great for me. In most cases, let's get that a little bit darker. Keep having a little power problem here. I don't know what's going on tonight, but one way or the other, we're going to get it done. And that's what it comes out as, like that. So, let's do one more. Come on, baby, sizzle, come on, don't let me down. Got some hungry people in the studio, as always. As always. There we go. Now you can hear it. It's really, really cooking. And then we're just going to cook that for a few minutes and get that going. And then we're going to pull this meal all together. And this was an idea that I got while working a job. We're kind of playing around with some things we wanted to try new, and that's how we came up with doing the taco bowl. This is like the taco bowl you can eat. And the title of the show is Taco Crunch. I know. That's the parentheses. That's why I did that. I thought that was kind of cool. You know, but I'm a nerd sometimes. What can I tell you? So, gotta keep that going. I hope I don't have to stand here and hold this. My power. Maybe there was an accident in the area or something that's causing me to have power failure tonight. But one way or another, we're still going to be able to get everything accomplished and kind of keep going. So we'll set that to the side. We're done with that. So we'll slide the fryer out of the way. Maybe that might help our power. Okay, and let's get started with our chopping. So we're gonna do some salsa fresca as well. So we're gonna chop like a red pepper. We're gonna chop 2 onions. We're gonna do a couple tomatoes, some cilantro, and we're gonna kind of get that going. And we're gonna throw that in a bowl, and then we're gonna add some lemon juice as well. And I thought this was a cool way to chop the onions. Don't chop it all the way through, kind of cut it, and then come back and hit it, and it just kind of breaks apart. And I love using, most people call it red onion, I call it purple onion, because it's actually purple. So you got to know your colors. And there's nothing wrong with having colorful food. So we're going to chop that up pretty good. Doesn't have to be a fine chop, but you just want to get those big pieces down a little, chop them down a little bit. And this is going to be a great salsa recipe that you'll probably make again and again, and you'll love telling your family about it. And then we, you know, hopefully if we have time, we are going to do a also a fruit taco salad as well. We got like some wonderful kiwi, we got some fresh pineapple, we have some blackberries. We're gonna throw that in there, and then you can add like whipped cream and chocolate. Oh my goodness. Who doesn't love chocolate? You know, and that's optional. You don't have to go that route. Usually just pick, you know, whatever fruits are available. I wanted strawberries, but strawberries are kind of out of season right now. They're not very, didn't seem to be too sweet when I went by the market. So I just kind of left them. They weren't very ripe. So I decided not to pick them up at this time. So now we're cooking really well. So we'll get that nice brown kind of coating. I usually like my meat well, but most people like medium well. and I just put a little oil on the grill, like right before it was heated up. And you'll notice that the steak seasoning is browning nicely as well while we're cooking this. And you're gonna be very impressed if you do this at home, try this recipe at home, you'll be very impressed at how much flavor is added from using that steak seasoning. I've even used it on chicken before, and it's great. It is great on chicken. Tastes really well. So I know my camera guys are getting hungry, and all the people who work on this show, and I really appreciate what they do. You know, every time we shoot, you know, one of these days we're going to have to come out with smell-o-vision because we kind of make them so hungry. You hear the stomachs growling sometime. So if you hear loud noises in the background, that's just somebody's stomach growling. And so I do apologize for that. Oh, the onions are trying to make me cry, but I'm not going to do it because I'm a man. So get that chopped up. My board is moving a little bit on me, but that's okay. And then we'll get that tomato and we'll add that red pepper to it to get that flavor, some more flavor in it. You'll be surprised at how that changes it a little bit, having that red pepper in that in this salsa fresca. And in that crunchy bowl for the taco crunch. You're gonna like that. And I know you're probably not used to seeing a lot of cooking shows. They don't do a lot of their cooking on air. They show you things that are already done and things like that. But we do that sometimes as well. We'll show you. But we like to actually go through the motions and make the recipe and let you see how it's prepared because it's easier to follow along that way. You know, I've gotten calls from people saying, oh, yeah, I like your show because I was able to keep up with the recipe. You made it simple. It sounded like it was hard, but then when I did it, it was okay. I got people stopping me at church asking me now for recipes. Like, oh, what can I do with this? What can I do with fish? What can I do with salmon? What can I do with whatever? And I kind of just think of something on the spot sometimes and tell them how they can make something, a tasty meal a little bit different, you know, than they normally would. So, and see, that's getting there. It's just about done. And you notice how I cut the pepper because I don't like to waste anything. So, cut that top out and pull the stem out, and you try to use as much of that pepper as you can. You don't want to waste it. You want to make the most out of it, in other words. So, adding this red pepper to this is going to really surprise you, like I said. And then take that, pull that out, split it. Be careful. I yield a big knife, but I'm used to it. Don't try this at home. Just kidding. All the recipes you can try at home. And so we're just going to use a little bit more of it. And be careful when you're chopping. You don't want to get those fingers. Keep them out of the way. And then we'll just, and I always like to cut the pepper on the back side like that because it's easier to cut. If you cut like this, then your knife will slip and you'll have problems. It's not as easy to cut. It's easier to cut when you do it that way. And you just keep your fingers out of the way as much as possible. And so we're going to take those and we're going to use that in case somebody wants to add some to their taco salad. So let's take a little bit more of that out. That's the ugly part I don't like. So, yeah. So now we got that done. Okay. And tomatoes. Take 2 of those. I'm gonna use a, you know, when you're chopping tomatoes, bread knife works a little better. So let's take that, all that part of that tomato too. Try to use as much of it as possible. That's the best knife to chop a tomato that you could possibly use. So cut it down so we can work with it. Like so. Board's moving on me, but sometimes that happens. As long as you pay attention, you'll be okay. Get this done quickly so we can get that salsa going. Feed some people. You know? And that's going to be a colorful salsa too. I love cooking with vegetables, especially fresh vegetables, because they're so colorful. They can really make a meal. And you know you're getting the proper vitamins and nutrients when you're using a lot of color in your recipes. So don't let anybody tell you any different. Color is always good. So we got that. Do one more. One more. So, and I want to cut that around, get all that excess, all that tomato. I'm not paying for the scrap heap, you know. Looks like we might finish. Looks like we're doing real good tonight after the couple problems or whatever, but yeah, so we're gonna have a really good meal tonight. So we really appreciate you watching the show. It makes us very happy that we can bring a show to you that we know you're gonna like. That's very important to us. And so let me add a little garlic as well to it. In fact, I like garlic. You like garlic? I know most people like garlic. So we're gonna add that in. Slide that out of the way. And we're gonna take that and mix, and our lemon or lime juice is what you need. Oh, you know what? We need cilantro. It wouldn't be a party without the cilantro. Would not be the same. Salsa wouldn't be salsa without cilantro. Not at all. And this one, the studio really starts smelling when you start chopping cilantro, baby. It really, oh, that's coming along very nicely now. We got a party going on. And my stomach is the guest, the host. Is the host for this. The guest of honor. Yeah, I know, we come up with a lot of one-liners. Probably bore you to death, but it's all right. cut a little bit more of that stem off. Don't like those in there myself. When you're not using a blender. Woo! Smells good. Smells good. Love cilantro. And it's very easy to chop. I can smell it already. So you know that sauce is gonna be on hit. On hit means it's gonna be good for you people who are not familiar with that term. It's gonna be really good. Almost. That's good enough, huh? For clockwork, as they say. So, put that in there. And then we'll mix it up really good, clean up the area a little bit so we can get on with things. Okay, cool. Clean the hand some. All right. Okay, so and that's the salsa fresca. All ready to rock and roll with that. So I'm gonna show you how we do this. So these are like what you do. You would take a plate, grab one of the taco shells, a little lettuce, little carrots. Look how colorful that is. Little peppers, like that. Slide this over here so you can see that. Then what I would do is take a nice piece of our, like so. Oh, baby, look at that. Woo! Tender. Don't slap your mama tonight, or the grandmother either. You know? Because somebody gonna be loving this tonight. Look at that. Wow. And that's what we do. And then you can add a little salsa fresca to it, like so. And don't want to waste that meat. All right. Then we'll show you how to put one together for the fruit. So we got some kiwi. Yep. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna cut that up. Let me get a new knife. You know I have one. Whoa! So we're just gonna try to do this kind of quickly because we're kind of pressed for time. So we got some blackberries, like so. We got some kiwi. How about that? Wow. And got a few grapes, like so. Pineapple. Man, that looks tasty, huh? That looks really tasty. Never seen me work so fast, I know. Wow, look at that. Get her done, get her done. Okay. And then we're just gonna cut a couple pieces like that. And it's, guess what? It's all fresh. It's all fresh. Put it on the plate. And then we got a little this is optional if you want to do that. How about that? And then take a little chocolate sauce. Woo! You can't go wrong. Tell me that's not a dessert. How do you like that? Wow. So tonight we did our taco salad, which you see here. We did our salsa fresca. We finished that with the tomatoes, the cilantro, the onions, the lime or the lemon juice. Then we followed up and we hit you with a fruit taco salad with the kiwi, the pineapple, the grapes, the blackberries. Get your the best fruit, whatever you like. Add some whipped cream, add some chocolate sauce if you want to, or just eat it like that. This is Fredrico's Kitchen, the show that really cooks. Taco Crunch, coming at you again. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. I know you're going to enjoy this, so invite somebody over for a nice meal. Try one of these recipes out. Keep the emails, the calls coming. Really appreciate it. We love you. That it? All right, yeah. So my crew is gonna come up. We're gonna eat. God bless.